Hello, I'm Miss Winelander, and I'm here to welcome you to Algebra 1B this semester. So even though there's just me on the screen here, you actually do have two teachers for this class. Me and Mrs. Hool co-teach. So I'm on the right there, and Mrs. Hool's on the left. Just a little bit about myself. This is actually my 5th year teaching at Michigan Connections Academy now. And I co-teach Algebra 1, and then I also support Title I students and other students that maybe need a little bit of extra help in Algebra 1 and biology. I graduated from Michigan State University, so go green. I got a degree in chemistry with a minor in math, and then I got my master's in teaching and curriculum. Just a little bit about myself. So I like to read mostly fantasy novels, sometimes science fiction. I really enjoy cooking and baking. I enjoy playing board games as well. Lately I've been playing more Pandemic. I, of course, love spending time with my friends and family and playing with my dog, Daisy. So this is my dog, Daisy. We got her from the Humane Society 2 years ago around, and she's an 8-year-old Great Dane Lab mix. Here's my family. That's my Nana and Papa, my grandparents, my mom and my dad. This is my boyfriend, Evan. More family here. So Mrs. Hool, it's actually her 7th year at Michigan Connections Academy. That's crazy. And right now she is co-teaching Algebra 1 with me. This is her and her husband, her and one of her dogs. Her dogs are named Calvin and Hobbs. She graduated from Saginaw Valley State University with a major in mathematics and a minor in biology. So a little bit more about her. In her free time, she likes to spend time with friends and family. She enjoys reading. She's not maybe as narrowly focused in some of her reading as I am, lately at least. She enjoys taking her dogs, Calvin and Hobbs, for walks. She enjoys cooking and crocheting. So this year, to be a successful algebra student, there's a few things that Mrs. Hool and myself have pointed out. So one is spend about an hour a day on math. So most of your lessons should take you an hour to an hour and a half a day. So try to focus on that. If you're finding yourself taking too much less time than that, then you're probably forgetting something. So while you're spending that time on math, fully participate and be focused on your math time. A lot of your math time is going to be focused on watching the lesson videos and doing practice problems. So this year, I have changed a lot of the curriculum from Connexus. So each day you're going to watch a short lesson video, 10 to 20 minutes around. Complete practice problems within that by showing your work. And at the end of the unit, you'll submit all those practice problems. And that's most of your class, and take your test. Some things that you might need to be successful is a notebook or binder for algebra. So keep it separate from your other ones so you're more organized. Something to write with. We say pencil just because you make a lot of mistakes in math. That's how you learn it, so you're going to want to erase them. You'll need your textbook, a headset if you come to a live lesson. A printer is optional, could be helpful. Also, if you ever want anything or need anything printed, just let us know. We can print it and mail it to you. You just got to give us a few days heads up. And then you got to have some way to submit your required practice tests, those practice problems. So we want you to write those on either your printed paper or lined paper and then somehow get them to us. So you can scan them. You can scan them on a phone or on a printer. And probably the most popular way is just take a picture with your cell phone and upload those. So a little bit about the grades so you know what to expect here. So quick checks are 5% and quizzes are 20%. So those are worth a fourth of your grade combined. But those are not the things to spend the most time on. Those are checks for you to just make sure that you're understanding the concepts. So if you earn low scores on quick checks or quizzes, it just means maybe I should go back and watch that lesson video or reach out for help. So tests are worth about half of your grade. So that's the biggest portion. So make sure you spend a lot of time on those. So time preparing for them and then time actually taking them too. So don't rush through. You have one day to take a test, and that's like an hour or an hour and a half. So take your time, show your work, even if you don't have to turn it in, so you do your best. Sample works are your best way to prepare for your test. So when you watch those videos, you'll be asked to do 3 or 4 questions, usually 3 per lesson. You'll answer questions that are similar to those in the videos. That's what you'll turn in for your sample work. Those questions are also very, very, very similar to the ones on your test. So if you're watching the videos, doing the practice problems, you'll be well prepared for your tests. Now, we did drop the discussions and the portfolios and participation, so you do not have anything for those categories. Just as a reminder here, this is a class you need for graduation, so you need 4 years of math for graduation. So Algebra 1B is 0.5 or half of a credit for graduation. A little bit about how you can earn that graduation credit here is on this page here. So your letter grade corresponds to what percentage. As long as you get a 60% or higher, you do pass the class and earn graduation credit. But if you earn a 60%, you'll have a 0.67 factored into your GPA, so it will make your GPA lower, where if you earn an A or an A+, you'll have a 4-point factored into your GPA, and you'll keep that higher GPA. There are many ways to improve your grade, so let's just say maybe you're closer down here at some point in the class and you want to bump it up. You can. At any point you can improve your grade. So you're going to make mistakes. That's exactly how you learn these. So once you make the mistake, you learn about it and then you improve. Then we want your grade to match that. So make sure you watch your gradebook comments and webmails for opportunities to earn those back. On quizzes, we'll put it right in the grading comments. Hey, follow this link, watch a video, and then submit your retake, and you can earn some points back. If you ever need help reviewing your gradebook to figure out what would make the biggest bang for my buck to raise the grade the most, that's when you reach out to us and we'll help you out. So again, the main focus in order to be most successful in this class is the lesson videos and sample work. So I've made a video for every lesson, posted those in the message board. There's about 3 example problems per lesson. So it's just 3 problems. Take notes as you go through them. I'll go through how to do it, give you some tips and tricks, really explain it, and then I'll say, hey, pause the video, try this one on your own. And I don't just say that just for fun. Really pause the video, try those got it questions for your own, on your own, showing your work. Because at the end of the unit, you'll submit all of those practice problems that I had you do during the videos. That's your sample work. So you'll get a grade for those. I would recommend, and students have told me before, like last year during this class, don't wait until the sample work's due to try to watch all of those videos. It's possible, sure, but then you're probably going to spend more than an hour on your math that day. But if you spend an hour each day and you watch that 10 to 20 minute video and pause and answer the questions every single day, then when you get to the sample work, all of the work will be done and you'll just have to send it to me. So as a reminder, the lesson videos are not in addition to the Connexus lessons, they replace a lot of the parts of it, so it's not extra work. Instead of doing the getting started, the instruction, and the review pages in your lessons, you're going to watch the lesson video and you're going to fill out that note-taking guide or the notes that have those practice problems. Now, if you're trying to answer those and you don't know how to answer those questions, you get stuck, then maybe you'll have to go a little bit more deep into your lesson or textbook to learn so you're able to answer those, or you reach out for help. So this is what the video will look like. So just like here on my little webcam down there, you'll see me with a little shorter hair because I recorded them before. So I go through the paper that you will turn in. So this is what your sample work papers will look like. This is what those notes will look like. That's what I go through. So take notes as you go through and then answer those blank spaces there, because that's what's required for your sample work. Now once you finish all that and you get to the end of the unit, you'll submit it into a Dropbox. So in your Dropbox, you'll get to a page and you'll have to upload that. That's when you'll take pictures and send it to me. Now there are additional practice problems in the lesson. So again, if you're feeling like, okay, I'm stuck or I'm not quite understanding, practice makes progress. That's the #1 way that you can really improve your math skills. So answering those practice problems. And if you ever wonder, well, I did the practice problem, I don't even know if I got it right or wrong. we have a working answer key in the message board that will tell you. So the working answer key is not just the answers, we call it a working answer key because we show all the work as well. So if you ever have a question about what the answer to that problem in the textbook was or how they got there, check those out on the message board. Now, since we don't collect those practice problems, it's not helpful for you to just copy those down. So use it as a way to build your skills. Learning coaches can also use the working answer keys to check the work from the textbook for those practice problems. So here's one example of what a working answer key looks like. So you can see that it's not just the answer, like in the back of your textbook, I might just say 243. Well, how do you get 243? Oh, you do 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, for instance. Now for live lessons or class time, there are no whole group live lessons for this class, but any individual live lessons can occur by contacting me, or maybe me or Mrs. Who will reach out to you. So if you get stuck with something, or you need a little bit of help, or you just want to meet, maybe help with some motivation even, let us know. We will find time that matches in both of our schedules, and we'll meet together. Just as a reminder, so you'll see portfolio instructions in some of your lessons. Do not do those. Portfolios have been dropped. Remember, you're going to do those videos with the 3 problems, and you're going to answer those practice problems within it when I tell you to pause. That's going to be your sample work. You're already doing a lengthy but productive assignment every single unit. You're not doing the additional portfolios. Discussion assignments are also dropped. So if it says answer this question in the discussion and you can't find the discussion, it's because we dropped it. So your main focus is to focus on the required practice test at the end of each unit. Now, it's a required practice, so make sure you complete those before you take your test. Again, when you take your test, you'll notice that the questions are really similar to the required practice, so it'll really help you prepare for those. So do those first and then take your test. Now, if you follow along with each video, they'll already be done by the end of the unit, and you just have to submit that. Now, if you do wait to the end of the unit, I kind of organize it in this method, and you'll see up at the top it does link you to the video. So if you're ever sitting here like, well, I don't know how to do number 2, click on the video and watch, and then you'll submit it into the Dropbox. Now, just as we changed a lot of the content within the lesson, we also changed the unit test. So do not do the unit test in your Connexus lessons. You won't be able to, but don't look for them in there. When you get to the page that says today's your test day, instead, you're going to go to the message board and follow those directions. You're going to take them in Mastery Connect. So why we did that is if we're changing these videos, I'm telling you, okay, these are the only 3 or so problems that we're focusing on. That's what I want the test to be on, those 3 or so problems from each lesson. So you'll have directions that look something like this. You'll see what lesson, what was the concept, how many questions are on the test related to that. You see how there's 3 from each lesson, and that's going to be what's going to happen most of the class. Then you'll go to masteryconnect.com/bubblesheet. You're entering a test ID that will show up on the page, different for every test. Enter in your student ID found at the top of your gradebook, and you'll take your multiple choice test. It will look really similar to the sample work, so you'll be all prepared to take it and do well. Now, as you're taking that, just as a reminder, for tests and quizzes, you can use a 3.5 by 5 note card with information. So sometimes there's helpful formulas or vocabulary that might be helpful for you to write down. You can create that. For quick checks and sample works, and you can use the notes that you take in your textbook. We want you to, that's when you're kind of learning and going through and getting that repetition and that practice in your brain. So that's going to help you to prepare yourself to do well on the tests and quizzes, so you can use slightly more resources there. As a reminder, it is never okay to search the internet when you are working on an assignment that doesn't help you learn it. We know that Google has the answers. We want you to have them too. So as a reminder, to be a successful algebra student, you're going to spend about an hour to hour and a half a day on math. Maybe less if you work through the video and the practice problems and you feel like you understand it. If it only takes you, half hour, as long as you feel like you understood the problem, the 3 or so questions that were asked, you're good to go. So you want to fully participate and focus on math during math time. You want to make sure that you watch those lesson videos, complete the practice problems within those that you'll turn in for your sample work, and by completing those, you want to make sure you show all of your work. Don't just put the answers. I care about how you got there, not if you got there. You'll also be most successful if you complete your work on time, that you're aware of your grade book, so that way if you ever earn a grade that's lower than what you want, you can do the steps to increase it, and that you're using your resources. We have lots of helpful information on the message board. And as always, if you have a question, let us know. We're only a phone call or webmail away. And again, I'm Miss Weinlander, and Mrs. Hool is the other person in this picture here. So you can contact either of us, and we will help you out. All right, good luck this semester.